Hello, the viewers. Thank you once again for joining this time with another segment, one of my own views as a citizen exercising my own freedom. And today I'll be talking about the vote of no confidence, which is supposed to be held tomorrow, Thursday, September the 12th, I guess. And most of us we're thinking that we should have a new prime minister. There must be a change in the government system basing on the problems, the situations that we are facing in regards to financial crisis that we are facing. The price of goods and services are increasing, law and order issues, health, and many things. And just one little, bit of an idea or the feeling that I have, and please my apology, don't mind about where I am sitting, but I'm just trying to express what I'm thinking. So tomorrow is the time that we're gonna see what is gonna happen. Will Papua New Guinea have a new prime minister, or will we have the same prime minister, Honorable James Marape, to take us to the next remaining 2 years until 2027 national general elections? While as a Papua New Guinean sitting back, looking at what's happening within our country, in our region, and then looking at the bigger scale about the international issues or financial issues or whatever that is affecting our source, I've been pondering, do we need to have a new prime minister? Or if we have a new prime minister, what are the alternative and the best ways to solve some of our problems? We have seen the opposition camp in our press media a week ago. They said they have 12 points that can, the alternative policy that can change the MWPNG around to give some hope to our people. And then the current prime minister is saying that as a woolly man, he doesn't give up. He gives up, or he is somebody loses his battle at the battlefield. So we will see what will going to happen tomorrow at the floor of parliament. But my point here is that one thing that I am, as a Papua New Guinean, I'm not a supporter of anyone, or not an affiliation, having an affiliation with any political parties or whatever that is, or any politician. But one thing that I should appreciate and thank the Honorable James Marape and the current regime is because of the mining sector, that there were some laws have been amended at the floor of parliament. And once when he was elected into the prime ministership, without any hesitation, he just shut down Porgera gold mine and really affected more than 4,000 employees. And that was shut down for almost 3 years, and then now it's back to operation. And we all know that whatever the law that we see in Papua New Guinea, laws regarding our natural resources, laws regarding our forest, our communities, something that can generate income for our country, our people, our future. The laws that we adopted are not of our laws. Yes, our forefathers, the Grand Chief Sir Michael Thomas Murray, Sir Julius Sen, and others, they were actually involved, Dr. John Momis, and they have set up the laws to govern our people, to drive Papua New Guinea to compete well with other countries. But always remember that whatever the law that was introduced into our country was the Western system that was adopted. And I think most of these laws are really meant for not us but for other people, I guess, for the survival, for the benefit of our people. And these laws were here, but as we all know that when we elect somebody into the parliament, most of the time we think that, oh, they are elected and they'll provide us the basic services. Or sometimes when they come around in our own districts and towns, we always look for them. At least give us some color money or to support us with our, funeral service expenses or all this. But mind you that when we elect someone into the floor of parliament, the most and number one priority is to amend the laws as the legislators at the floor of parliament. And their ways of doing all these things is their number one responsibility. And the laws were here. And I do not know why did they amend the laws, especially in the mining sector. Fortunately, when James Marape was elected as the Prime Minister in 2019 up until now, Porgera Gold Mine was shut. He shut down the Porgera Gold Mine and he amended that law and he got 51% and 49% to the mining company. That was something great achievement. And I believe most of the mining exploration sites are yet to be explored, to get into actual operation. It's because some of them, they don't like to go with the new amended law. So I think that's one of the great achievements, I would say. The other thing that in the education sector we see here is that there's a continuous money making it available for our schools. Imagine a family that has got 10 to less than 7 kids and all of them are going to school. How can a poor mother or father in a rural community that can afford to pay all the school fees? Paying for the kids going to tertiary institutions, paying for the school fees going to the secondary, technical, vocational, and going to primary, upper and lower primary, and elementary. How can a poor parent is able to meet all these expenses? These are some of the things that we need to see. And some of the things that we see in the health sector or law and order issues, especially to enforcement of the law and order agencies in our country. These laws or issues, they are legacy issues. At least one at a time they're addressing, but not at all. They are not going to be addressed at all or at once. So if the alternative government is really thinking of changing the government, one example that I'm thinking that we all Papua New Guineans need to know, and the member of parliaments also need to know, there are other areas that they're looking at improving the issue of our financial issues in our country or crisis. But one thing that I'm just trying to highlight is the law and order issues. If the alternative government wants to change the government, what are the alternative policies and areas where they can improve the law and order sector that just at once we can address all the issues? For instance, looking at how many number of policemen and women that we have, how are they going to improve? Build their capacity? What would be their budget? How are they going to empower the village court magistrates? Some of our village court magistrates, they do not have the uniforms. They do not have the proper court areas. They do not have the court houses. How are they going to do that? How are they going to strengthen the ward councillors? Are they going to improve their salaries, increase them? Or what are the policies that they want to enhance and improve law and order sector. Is it hard for them to let us all know what are their policies? How much budget are they going to make it? What are the ways that they're going to improve it? I mean, this is one of the examples. They have other areas of improving, generating our income. You know, there are many things that they can do, but one area that we can see or we can hear clearly from them is how are they going to improve the law and order sector. The trouble fights in the highlands. There was a law that they were talking about the issuance of guns. How are they going to handle that? So if the alternative government really wants to change the government, should they be able to come out clear? As a layman, what I'm thinking that we all Papua New Guineans should understand and believe that what they're saying is right. So it's just my thought offered to you, those who are watching and thinking, should we have a new prime minister or should we not? If we have a new prime minister, then what are we going to do? How is he going to handle the country? And if the current prime minister is, we let him control or take the lead as the executive of CEO of this country for the next 2 years, you know, what is he going to do about all these things? Both of them should also come out clear and let us know how are they going to address. Now we know that they are camping out in Luluwata Island or Crown Plaza or Stanley Hotel or whatever that hotel there in Port Moresby. We are all watching. And most of the time our people, we pray in our own churches, in our community, and we pray for the government. And if we continuously praying for them, for God's wisdom, intervention, and I don't know, where is our prayers going? Where are our prayers going? That is one thing. So, over to all of us here, we'll see what happens tomorrow, by God's will. Whether to have a new prime minister or we will see the current regime takes on. So today will be an interesting time. I know Papua New Guineans are looking across what's happening, social media and all this and that, but we will see. If James Marape and his regime have done something's not right, only God knows. If the new alternative prime minister is saying that the Rainbow Party is a young man, or there is no any suitable person to become a prime minister, but only God knows it. There could be anyone. So we all hope and see what happens. But this is my own thought. Nothing to argue, nothing to support anyone, but if we really need, and yes, we are facing problem, we are suffering, and the leaders, please give us the right medicine. There will be no any other time than tomorrow. So we hope that tomorrow will be the time and we'll see what happens. Thank you all for watching and have a nice day.